it is finished. UN intervention over Nnamdi Kanu's Operation Python dance case as Malami is dragged to court. Yes, my people, finally, the UN has shown their face. They have shown their face to the issue concerning Nnamdi Kanu's Operation Python dance. And what we want to show you right now in this very video is video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what actually transpired and how the Nigerian army, plotted this Operation Python dance and the journey for this very action. I want you to spare me a little bit of time as I play this for you, for your own personal view. Please pay attention.
Should be question. You think that Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi were actually the problem of PSG at the time? Secede whenever they want. Many countries have this enshrined in their constitution, like Ethiopia, like Britain, and lots of countries out there have it stated clearly that any part of the nation, any tribe that passes the criteria in the UN Charter and feels that they want to no longer be a part of that union can as well do so through a vote. But in Nigerian constitution, as you are aware, during the independence script, Azikiwe himself was the one that did not actually want that to be included, despite the fact that Ahmadu Bello and Awolowo were pressing for that.
Now, on this very issue, it was also indicated that this Operation Python dance is traced down to the regime of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and the leadership of the Eastern region, including other Nigerian nationalists who did not support the inclusion of a referendum.
As close to be included. Of course, as you are aware, it has come back to haunt us today. Notwithstanding, the United Nations already knows that lots of nations purposely create that tight edge that no tribe can divide from the country. They are aware that many countries will like to play such a game by not including it in their constitution. That is why United Nations already provide it in the UN Charter. But for nations who do not have it in their constitution, there are criteria that nation must pass before United Nations can step in with their authority and power to carry out that referendum. This is exactly what happened in Sudan. And
now, you see this issue of referendum. This issue of referendum did not just start today. It has been an age-long pursuit, and that is why, even if we are, still, agitating for it, I see reason why it is needed. We will not stop until it is actualized. Even if a national constitution prohibits the session or the section of referendum, international law may still recognize it. People's right to self-determination under certain conditions. So international law respects and accepts referendum, but we will not stop because the international law recognizes it. We will continue until Nigerian law concur and agree to this very fact.
You have South Sudan. But that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about the Biafra nation and the injustice meted out in this nation. I'm going to be telling you the three solid points that the UN can step in to what? Take over the country and conduct a referendum, the three criteria that must be met. And you will be shocked to know that Biafra has long since passed all these criteria for a referendum. Also, you need to be aware, and let me tell you clearly, so listen of their child, Nigeria. They don't want anything at all that will lead to integration, be it by peaceful means or by violent means. That means self-determination is not what Britain wants for Nigeria. Part of why Nnamdi Kanu is there. Because Nnamdi Kanu said clearly that he does not want to fight. Then ask yourself, why do they still have him in the cell? Why are they still afraid of him and keep him in the cell? Why are the terrorists in the north still in the bushes operating? Why is it that those ones in the north who are terrorizing the citizens are not a threat to Britain? The thieves, the kidnappers, the Fulani bandits, these people are not a threat to Britain. That is why Britain does not care. Because they are not fighting for disintegration of Nigeria. They are not touching the Holy Grail. Where are you getting where I'm coming from? But Nnamdi Kanu is not carrying weapon. He's not carrying bomb. He's not carrying anything that can, inflict harm on the nation. But he is preaching the word they do not want. He is preaching the gospel of disintegration of Nigeria. That is what the British does not want. That is their red line.
Exactly. You see, on these very facts, the Nigerian government already have known that Nnamdi Kanu knows, the secret of this referendum, and they know that if they leave him like that, he will not just lie low. He will keep pushing until he gets it actualized. You see, I must tell you this, that this referendum thing can only be actualized if the different voices our different voices is met, speaking on one voice. That is, if our different voices can come together to speak on one voice and defend ourselves, I'm very sure that we can be able to meet up with the needful. I'm telling you, we'll be able to meet up with the needful. And again, if only we can stand by each other. You see, why Nnamdi Kanu is facing challenges because our own people have refused to stand by him. Our own people, the people who supposed to stand by him. So if only these people who supposed to stand by him can stand by him, I bet you the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu will surely will achieve this very referendum. So the freedom for Biafra is not just an ordinary struggle. It is an age-long struggle, and I tell you, it is a struggle that needs to be actualized. Let's keep watching.
That is their red line. And that is why they hate Ndigo so much, because Ndigo wants to destroy their business. Before I go forward, let me give you the three criteria that the UN uses to conduct referendum forcefully on any country. Be it that you have provided for it in your constitution, or you don't have it in your constitution. They don't care as long as these three criteria have been met. And that might be the reason why Britain are desperate to pin Nnamdi Kanu down, thinking that they can hold the struggle down. And after this, I read for you, I'm going to call upon the bodies who are in charge to fast track the process of this referendum, whether Nnamdi Kanu is in the prison or not. Perhaps if you can do it and he comes out of the cell and meets a Biafra, don't you think it will be good welcome to give him? Don't you think it will be a good gift to give Nnamdi Kanu if he comes out of the prison and is welcomed in Biafra land? these are the three criteria. Ladies and gentlemen, grab a popcorn, for these are the three criteria for the UN to take over any country and conduct a referendum by force.
So, please, I want you to just give me your attention as these three criteria are read out for you, because a lot of people till today they are still doubting if this referendum really worth it. And you'll be surprised that it is our own